there, guys. Marisol Fable here, and welcome back to Tangle Tower. Excuse me. I am really excited. I am excited to be back playing this. Excuse me again. Oh my gosh. I'm really excited to be back playing this game. It's been a couple of weeks since we last played this because last week I couldn't stream, and so we didn't do the continuation of the series. So this is our only our second episode of this game. But I am really excited to see what will happen next, because I am very invested in this story now. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump in. Let us start the game. We ended the Grand Hall. What were we doing? Let's see. Need to quickly remind myself. So, oh, I think we were going to talk. There was someone in this room that we hadn't talked to, because we found this room when we were looking for what's her name? Freya. Freya, that's the name of the murder victim. We were looking for Freya's room, and in searching for Freya's room, we found a different room. There was someone there, but we wanted to investigate Freya's room before talking to any more suspects. Or possible suspects, I should say. I don't know if the person in the room is a suspect. But yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's go talk to whoever you are. Hello, good sir.
Sir? Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name.
It is. I do love that name.
Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries.
I mean, it is cool, the idea of being a detective.
Uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Okay.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay, so is this hinting at the fact that there's maybe a secret room inside this room? Perhaps? I would like that. I would love to see a secret room inside this room. Okay, well, let's ask about him.
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious?
No.
I'm an explorer. Explorer/treasure hunter.
Honestly, I thought this was a
best in the
workshop.
world.
I thought he was
We're
like a
talking
woodworker.
like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've
Oh,
certainly
okay.
seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long.
Okay.
I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
And why
Don't
are
you
you
live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is...
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
Yeah.
Don't
You should be
misunderstand me.
ashamed.
Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Aw, that's actually a really sweet way to refer to his family. If he actually means it. Then again, he could just be, what's the word? Lying through his teeth.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
That's when the murder happened! Dude, did you not know?
We're here.
Ah, right. Nasty business.
That's all you have to say, it was a murder!
I regret that I can't be of
It was
any
your
help,
niece!
but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell.
Okay.
Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
You know, I do realize, so we did find that really interesting puzzle egg in Flora's room, and he said he's like a treasure hunter, and he loves like all different kinds of weird knickknacks and treasures, and that's what he was hunting for. So maybe he like brings them back. Maybe that's something that he gave Flora. So we need to get his statement, but it will be interesting because it's been a couple of weeks, but I still remember a bit of the gameplay. I can ask him about it. Let's get his statement first and see what exactly happened on that day, according to him. Because we've gotten multiple different reports on how that day went down so far.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air.
This guy has an air for drama.
Perhaps. Uncertain.
He was a theater student, 100%.
Abridged version, please.
Right. Fine.
Thank you, Sally.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly.
Okay.
So I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong.
Okay.
So I looked out into the hallway.
Who did you see?
I got a glimpse of Poppy.
Okay.
Disappearing down the staircase to the floor below.
Oh, that's interesting.
Didn't know
Poppy?
what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course.
Okay.
Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
Okay, that is really interesting, because everything in his story lines up with the other stuff we know, except for the fact that he saw Poppy walking down the stairs. Everything else that we know has told us that Poppy didn't go up to that area until Fitz went to go get her after hearing a scream from Flora's room, or hearing some commotion from Flora's room. I don't remember if he says scream specifically. I also just realized, did Stream Elements just message twice that I'm live? What the heck is going on? The scuff continues. For those of you who weren't at the very beginning of the stream, the stream started quite late because I had mic issues, and then I had camera issues, and I had to restart my entire computer to get everything to work. Stream Element had to make sure we read. Yeah, that's fair. Stream Element was like, oh yeah, you know, Marisol had to restart her stream, so just in case, gotta make sure that you know she is currently live. Man. Okay, but that is interesting. So that tells us that Poppy, well, he could be lying, but that does give us like at least a suspicion that Poppy might have actually gone up to the tower before being like brought back by Fitz for them to quote unquote find the body. Poppy just being more and more and more suspicious. Like, honestly, she's currently at the top of my suspicions, and then this just further cemented that. Okay, well, let's ask... Oh, I wanted to ask about the egg, first up.
Does Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit, I've never managed to work out what.
I'm sorry, she must do? That is not grammar. You don't need do there. You just say she must. She must do? What? Ay, ay, ay.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
But fair enough.
Rules to live by.
Also, that face he made was kind of suspicious. Again, love the character design in this game. Okay, let's ask about people. Let's ask about his wife.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes.
Oh,
Been
okay.
married over 20
That
years
face.
now.
Oh,
You two still get on?
nice.
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Okay.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself. Away
That's
from
fair.
the company of other
Honestly, that's
humans.
fine.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
It is weird that he specified humans, but you know what? That's fine. They want you to think Poppy's the killer. I feel like it's too obvious. That's fair. That's a fair observation. At the same time, sometimes the obvious answer is the correct one. And it is true that sometimes it's not. Sometimes the obvious answer is a red herring. But currently, Poppy is at the top of my suspicions list. Because the honest truth is, I don't know if anyone else here seems like they would have any reason, like any motive, other than Poppy and possibly Fitz. No, not Fitz. Fitz liked Freya. Fitz feels iffy about Fifi. That's what it is. So many F names. Oh my gosh. It's like a tongue twister. Yeah, no, so Poppy's really the only one that I can see a motive for. Cause like, sure, like Freya is related to Felix and Flora because that's her aunt and uncle, and Fifi's her cousin, all that stuff. But it doesn't seem like they had like necessarily a bad relationship with any of them. And like Flora is being quiet, I feel like that one is a red herring. Like Flora being quiet, and it's just that she just doesn't talk much. Okay, let's ask Felix about himself.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Sally's like, I'm so done with this. I love Sally.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
Yes.
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables.
Oh, fair enough.
She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
I mean,
What
that's
makes
how
you think
nicknames
she made
work.
that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
And honestly, that's fine. Sometimes people grow attached to a nickname given to them by someone they deeply care about. That's honestly a very fair thing. That is a very fair thing. I know people who go by nicknames based off of what their friends call them because it meant a lot to them. And that's completely fair.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
Oh,
No,
interesting.
I just meant to,
Oh.
because we both wear, you know.
He
red
just wanted to
capes,
feel like he's a part of
of a
something.
sort.
Has she questioned
Aww.
you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine, supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something
Oh.
called the Golden Beetle.
Oh.
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
This guy he's a little full of himself. He airs on the dramatic side. He was clearly a theater kid. Not like, that's not like, I say that, but like I literally can't judge because I was a theater kid. So, but you know what? I like his spirit. I like Felix so far. What if the killer is someone that hates Poppy and made sure that almost all evidence leads to Poppy being the killer? That is true. That would be an interesting twist if that is the case. And it does seem like the majority of the evidence is pointing towards Poppy currently. So I think that is definitely something that that might be the case. But so far we have seen nothing that points towards that. We'll ask about Freya last.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything.
Isn't he your nephew?
Like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
Is he Shrek?
Oh, no, but my daughter
Is
doesn't
he an
like him
ogre?
at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely.
Well, we know Fiona doesn't
She's a very
dislike
vigilant
Fitz.
young
She just is awkward around him. Because that's what she was saying. She was saying she doesn't necessarily dislike Fitz. She just has a hard time connecting with him. And she sometimes is suspicious of how much time he spends with Poppy. So, like, and she thought his gardening spade was a knife. So, like, I don't think she doesn't hate Fitz. So maybe Felix, don't judge so quickly.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know.
Oh, that's
It taught me what she
nice.
knew about wood carving, too.
Oh, that's why there's the wood
Tremendous
shavings on the
patience.
floor.
She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall.
Oh, that's right. It's
You
not
should take a
necessarily
look
his
at
niece.
it.
There's
What
like
about her inheritance?
very
Freya's parents died
awkward.
when she was around 3 years old.
Oh.
She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. That is very interesting. We haven't met Poppy yet? Yeah, we haven't met Poppy yet because we've only met the so now we have officially met everyone on the fellow side of the fellow side of the estate. Because that's all the fellows. We've met Flora, we met Felix, we met Fifi, and we met Fitz. I believe that's all the fellows. The family tree here should tell us.
What is that?
I think
Okay,
it's
blah,
a
blah,
family
blah.
tree.
Okay. So, the ones who are still alive are Felix, Flora, Fiona, Fitz, and Freya. Those are the ones who live here. So, yeah, we have met all the fellows. Now we can move on to the pointers. We can talk to Percival, Penelope, Poppy, and Pandora, I think are the ones who are living here. But yeah. Okay. Where do we want to go? We can go to the top of the pointer tower, whatever this room is here, and whatever this room is here. This looks kind of like a music room. Let's start from the bottom and make our way up. You think we should leave Poppy for last? Well, Poppy's actually, so I said we were going to start from the, because I don't know what rooms everyone's in. Unfortunately, until I go into the room. And I believe this is Poppy based off of the little, like, icon we've seen of her whenever they, they talk about what's happened. Yeah, so she's in the music room. I did say we were gonna start from the bottom. Let's explore the room a bit, and then we'll talk.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Oh, what? A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn, just like the gramophone we found. Inside the horn and on the ground below are various shards of cracked glass. It's like the gramophone we found.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Oh, that's sad. I used to want to play the violin when I was a kid. Before I ultimately chose to instead learn the flute when I was in orchestra.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty
that's
dusty. So I'm
that's the
guessing
case.
nobody.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them.
They are really pretty, the lanterns in this room.
It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
Yeah.
There's a faded mural on the wall.
Oh.
When I was a kid, I never knew the difference between a mural and a mosaic.
Mosaic. Oh, for those of you who... Well, maybe she'll explain it. Let's see.
You still don't know, do you?
No.
Okay, well, for those of you who don't know the difference between a mural and a mosaic. Mosaic is specifically a large piece of art that is created via, like, broken... Well, not always broken, but via tiles. Laid out tiles. Or not necessarily even just tiles, but laid out pieces of something, essentially cemented onto a wall or onto the ground. Usually it is tiles or glass of some sort. And you can, if you want like to get really detailed with your mosaic, you can break up the pieces to get like really precise cuts of the tile. While a mural is just a painting on a wall. It is not 3D like a mosaic would be. It is painted on the wall. I have done actually a few murals. I have actually painted a couple of murals in my day. Violin is a nice sounding instrument. It is a very pretty instrument. I do agree. There are music sheets on the ground. Oh, can I pick this up? Or was this...
Oh, whatever it is, it's...
Well,
Okay,
it's
that's
got
What's with all the broken
that was
glass?
tied with this thing. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was tied with it or if it was separate. Okay, let's see the music sheets on the ground.
Sheet music. It's handwritten.
Ooh!
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor.
Okay. Man, I love that. This looks pretty difficult. That's why they're on the floor. That is a mood, throwing your sheet music because you get angry, or toppling over your music stand because you get angry with the music you're playing. That is very much a mood. That is cool that it's handwritten, though. So, seeing as Poppy is here, I'm guessing that she is the musician of the family, and that she's probably the one who's writing this music. I do like writing music. It is a lot of fun. I know how I've only ever written one song using sheet music, but it's still a lot of fun. I do like it.
1 old wooden bookcase.
Yep.
25 dry old books.
Oh, he's counting them straight up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
4 lit candles.
Do I have to remember these numbers?
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
What's the problem? Oh. Yeah, no, that is true. You should not keep candles near books or anything flammable in general. Yeah, no, that is true. Grimoire, your face is justified here. Yeah, no, I didn't think about that. That is very true. I kind of forget that sometimes because the like fire candles that we have here in the library are like magic, so they don't actually spread fire if they get toppled over. But yes, that is true. In real life, fire plus books means whoosh, bye-bye books. Ooh. Okay. There's also greenery in the music room. That is an interesting thing. Keeping plants like that in the music room, especially since usually those need humidity and the instruments need the opposite.
Smells like a forest in here.
Interesting. Okay, let's talk to Poppy. Oh, hello?
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude! Unless
Wow.
she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Poppy's character design is so cool. I love her outfit. Dude, I love your outfit, Poppy. Even if you are the murderer, I love your aesthetic. I'm a terrible detective. I'm a terrible detective. I just start flirting with any cute girl I see.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
Yes, that is also a huge part of it. I love that. All in the wrist. And 13 years of it. Yeah, no, that's really how it is when you play an instrument. It's like playing with me with the guitar. It's like, oh, wow, how do you get to play like that? It's like, oh, I just really like music, and I've been playing it for 10 years. She does seem okay. She doesn't seem, talking to her, she doesn't seem too suspicious. But based off of everything we know, we have reason to find her suspicious.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Okay.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it.
Oh,
argue
interesting.
about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
I mean,
What
this
about
is her
now?
inheritance.
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Okay. I do also find it interesting that Poppy didn't mention Fitz, because we definitely know that there's something going on between Poppy and Fitz. Like, they are at least flirty with each other, if not dating. Fire plus book equals fire times 2. Yep, essentially.
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
That's
What
fair.
did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
What?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Oh,
Was it just you up there?
No, Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
okay.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
Okay. So she didn't mention anything about going up to the tower, but we do know that Felix said that he saw her go up. Or coming down from the tower. Oh, wait, no. She said she went to go check Fifi's room. Okay, so that does actually match up. That can match up. Because it could be that she went to go check Fifi's room. You know what? Before I start making guesses, let's hear the full statement.
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal.
Oh.
But different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took
Oh,
me
this
down
was
to
the
library.
blood with the
We
on
were
the
in there about
paintbrush.
15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, wait, that's interesting. So did Fifi not tell Poppy that the test was to see if it was blood on the paintbrush? Because we know now that the blood on the paintbrush and the blood on the red on the paintbrush and the red on the painting was actual blood. That was what Fifi was testing. But based off of what Poppy says, it sounds like Fifi didn't tell Poppy that. And I mean, I guess Fifi was saying that she was kind of suspicious of Poppy. Also, everything in Poppy's story does line up with what we were told by both Fitz and Fifi. So I think that is fair enough. The only thing that's out of order is now, I forgot where Fifi's room was, but based off of where Fifi's room is, Felix would not have seen Poppy going down the tower if she went to go check on Fifi. Like she said before all of this happened. So that is still interesting why Poppy was up at the top of the tower. Still slightly suspicious, but not as suspicious as I was before. Okay, well, let's do some course referencing. Let's ask Poppy about Flora.
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling, stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
Okay. That's interesting. So, I guess Poppy just turned into a slam poet.
Foregone drifter, holding fast, days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender, accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom some four walls make round a room?
Okay, so I think the poem she said about Flora was referencing the fact that Flora doesn't really speak to people. Flora is very silent. Flora is very, very secluded from everyone else. The poem she said about Felix lines up with what we know, that he was he states he's not retired, but based off of that poem, it sounds like he actually is, and he hasn't come to face the reality that he isn't an adventurer anymore, and that he is now sort of almost a prisoner in his own house.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Okay. So that makes sense. Talking about how Fifi comes from she comes from nobility. She comes from, not nobility necessarily, but she comes from a rich family with Flora and Felix, and she she does not have her own freedom. Her entire destiny and fate has essentially been chosen for her. That she's going to be the next heir of the fellow side of Tangle Tower, and that she is essentially meant to carry on the fellow name, when in reality she just wants to be a scientist. Slurp slurp yum yum. Oh, thank you. Slurp slurp yum yum. Thank you for the lovely drink of liquid nitrogen. Yum yum. Again, disclaimer, please do not actually drink liquid nitrogen. I can because I am a dragon. Do not go consuming liquid nitrogen. And thank you for the head pats. Kind of feel bad for Felix, not gonna lie. I do feel bad for Felix as well. I get that. I feel bad. He just wants to be an adventurer, and like, granted, he does seem to truly love his family, hence why he is staying at the Tangle Tower and not like off adventuring, but it also is very clear that his heart still longs for adventure, despite how much he does love his family.
With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
That's interesting. So that poem is highly hinting at the idea of someone manipulating the goings-on. Now, the question is, because she gave that poem with Hawkshaw, the question is she saying that Hawkshaw is the manipulator, or is she saying that whoever hired Hawkshaw is manipulating her case? That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. A puppeteer, yeah. Very interesting. The question is, who is the puppeteer? Is it Hawkshaw, or is it whoever hired her? I'll ask about Freya last.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
I mean, obviously there was a lot of plant stuff because he's a gardener. I have a feeling that it's also talking about how he has a far shire. Maybe I'm reading too much into these poems, but I'm trying to get whatever I can out of them. I feel like that's hinting at the fact, like, because he has a far shire nature, and that he is far slower to trust.
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Okay, and then finally Freya.
Hard of head, but free of mind. Unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond. Behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied. It's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Okay, so that was talking about how very clearly talking about how she's a free spirit, both in the sense that when she was alive, she was a very free-spirited person who kind of lived by her own rules, but also kind of, I get kind of the double meaning of her now also being free spirit in the sense that now she is dead, her spirit is free. There was an interesting line in that, though. She said, beneath our pond. That is very interesting, because we know that there is a pond, and there seems to be some sort of hidden passage behind it. That's very interesting. Now suddenly, my mind is going, what if Freya is alive and faked her death so that she could escape the walls of the Tangle Tower? Anyway, we do know the gramophone belongs to Poppy, so let's ask her about it.
It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Okay, now what about the tape?
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
That's interesting because everyone we've asked stated that that's most likely hers. And she hesitated.
This is mine.
Oh, really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
We know it was just full of nature sounds. And we found that at the bottom of the pond, too. Oh, this is interesting. Because she stated something about something being under the pond. We know there's definitely a secret passage there that we need to solve the puzzle to get through. We just don't have the method yet to complete it. And oh, she said she gave that to Freya and it was found at the bottom of the pond. I like the theory that Freya faked her death. I want to say that she might have had a twin that no one knew about that she killed. Based off of the stuff we've heard about Freya, she doesn't seem like the type of person who would kill someone just to make it seem like she died. That does beg the question of whose body is the body we found. But the body is no longer in the in Flora's room anymore. Like, by the time we got here, it's just the chalk outline. What if she was technically actually still alive, but faking playing dead? And then Poppy helped her escape to the passage behind the pond. Because we don't have the body to investigate. And we also know, though we know there is blood on the painting and blood on the paintbrush, it is very interesting because Fifi said it's blood, but not whose blood. Fifi just said she was able to figure out it was blood, but not whose blood it was. Like, you can easily just get, like, blood from, like, an animal or something and use it to throw people off if you know no one's going to be able to figure out whose DNA it is. The bugs! That's right! She had bugs in her room! It could be the bugs' blood! Oh, this is becoming very interesting. I went from thinking Poppy was the main suspect to now thinking actually Poppy just helped Freya try and escape. Which, based off of all the drama we're learning from these families, I do not blame Freya for wanting to, like, get out of there. Okay, let's ask about the photo.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
We also know that Poppy did say they argued about wanting to leave, and Freya and Poppy want to leave, but Fifi's situation is so complicated, so Fifi has very strong emotions tied to the house, which is understandable based off of, again, her complicated situation. So maybe Freya didn't want to tell Fifi that she wanted to leave because she didn't want to hurt Fifi's feelings, and she didn't want Fifi to feel like she was abandoning her. Even though faking your death might not be the best way to break it to your friend that you want to leave. The insects from the garden, yeah. She was having fits give her the beetles.
What do you make of this statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird.
Okay. let's ask. Oh yeah, this has her initials on it.
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah, I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh, let's ask about the statue literally in the room with her.
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Okay, so we need to find someone else who also plays the piano. Interesting. Okay, I think everything else I don't have any reason to ask her about. So,
All
we'll be
right.
there.
Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
Okay, cool. We can check that
I
out
wonder
next.
what's in there.
Yeah, let's go now. Theory? Yes. It is a good theory, though, the idea of using the
There's
bugs.
something about that diary we found in Fifi's room.
Oh?
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
I did ask her about... Okay, I guess they want me... They're trying to hint... Thanks, game. The game's like, you're a freaking idiot. You need to ask her about this. Okay, I guess we're going there instead of, looking more into Fifi... or, not Fifi, Poppy's room. Hello, Fifi. Oh. Because we asked her about the diary already. Oh, we can ask her about Felix and Poppy now, though. Let's do that.
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence.
Ah.
Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh.
Yeah, we
Just
could
like
tell
you,
that.
then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
Phoebe's like, I can admit that I don't connect with reality enough. Phoebe's like, I'm self-aware. It's fine. In case we forget, it's a new thing. It's a fun thing. It's a swing wing. It's a what? Okay, we got the swing wing for today. Okay, next let's ask about Poppy.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Oh, Sally's little smile there. Sally's like, I like this girl's style. Okay, so this is new. We haven't seen this yet. Like, in all of the other people we've talked to, this button has been locked. So this is new. We can cast suspicion on Fifi. I'm going to do... I actually don't think it's Fifi at all. But I'm going to do this just to see what happens.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
Grimoire!
and this particular diary is unused.
Oh.
It doesn't look unused.
I know it doesn't. So... Oh, I can choose. I'm choosing what Grimoire is going to say. It's somebody else's diary. It's not a diary at all. Or it's Fifi's diary and she has written in it. I'm thinking it's either not a diary at all or it's Fifi's diary and she has written in it. And she's just lying because she doesn't want us to read through it. It could also just not be a diary at all and instead be research notes of some sort. Because she is a scientist. What was the wow towards? Think it's not a diary? Okay, well, we'll say it's not a, I can't save, can I? No, I can't save. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna say it's not a diary at all and see what happens. The defaced notes, yeah. I do like the... honestly, I started, like, I started the conversation with Poppy being, like, really suspicious of her, and then by the end I'm like, nah, I like her style. And I agree with Sally's little smirk when it was like Poppy put down the ghost of Christmas yet to come. I love it. I love it. She's a dramatic musician, possibly theater kid kind of style-esque. It's definitely goth kid. And honestly, I definitely went through that phase myself. Okay, let's say it's not a diary at all.
It's not a diary at all.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
Okay, so
It
that was
doesn't
wrong.
look unused.
So that was wrong. It's Fifi's diary and she has written in it then.
It's Fifi's diary, and she has written in it.
I'm not sure about that.
What?
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
Okay. How? I don't think we have anything. I don't think we have anything that proves that. What could be paired with it? The bookmark in the bird book, do you think?
That's not it.
No.
We need a clue that's got a connection.
Okay, so it's not the bookmark in the bird book. Huh. That's a good guess though. You are right. Those are very similar bookmarks. Huh. Okay, wait. Let's see. It's got a strange metal device. It's a well-used book resembling a diary. That's all we've got on it. It does look like it has a little bit of damage on it. Maybe the damaged tape? Though that is really a long shot. I just can't think of anything else.
That's not it.
Yeah, that's not okay. I am a freaky. Oh my gosh! Wait, I just saw that. I was looking at anything, and then I noticed the book in Freya's hands here. It's the same book.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Okay. Okay, so this blue book is somewhat similar to the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
This blue book is somewhat similar to the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya. Almost.
What?
Maybe just change one thing.
Okay. One thing is the same thing as.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Oh, we're playing as Sally this time. Why would Fifi be hiding Freya's diary? Huh. Know about so-and-so buried in the garden. Everyone knew about Freya's diary, kept in her bedroom, within a library book, buried. Could possibly be more cover for Freya. Oh, maybe Fifi is, if this is a case of Freya actually being alive, Fifi is also in on it. And Fifi was trying to hide. Oh, okay. So then that would be Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary. Yeah, okay. I like this. Yeah, this is a good mini game. I do like this. This is a very cool mini game. I like this one. Yeah, that's a good point. I do like that does make sense.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something...
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
That is interesting wording.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
Okay, well, let's read through this. It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more? Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple. Compared to the harp, I saw them. All 5 eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company? Okay, so surprisingly simple compared to the harp means that she solved the harp puzzle, got into the secret passage, and there was some other puzzle there. Found my way into the middle is making me believe that there's a maze behind that secret passage. She found her way into the middle of the maze, which she's saying was simple, and there was another puzzle with all 5 with something with all 5 eyes blacked out. What is Soul Bearer? She also says something about... So I don't know what order these go in. If it's going from this is the newest one and this is the oldest one, or if this is the oldest one, this is the newest one. I don't know what order it's going in. Because if it's going in this order, this is saying that maybe she accidentally let something out when she went into that secret passage. If it's going in the reverse order, maybe she was looking for something to explain what happened here, and she found a secret passage. Interesting. Man, the story! This has got loop-de-loops everywhere! Okay, let's go to Poppy's room now, because that was what we were going to do before the game was like, hey, you have a clue you should be looking into. Thank goodness the game realized that I'm dumb. This does make me think we should be taking closer looks at everything now. don't know. Okay.
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird. It's a metronome for keeping time.
Oh, yeah! I used to get so angry at my family metronome when I was originally learning piano. I hated that thing so much. The ticking was torturous while I was trying to learn, and then it would be like, no, you have to keep up with it. Hate the metronome, yeah. No, I've learned to actually like, because now that I've gone a lot better with like instruments and with music and stuff like that, I've learned how important a metronome can be, but I've also learned how to keep time in my head much better, so I no longer really need a metronome as much. Okay, let's look. Oh, I can look closer. Okay. Oh.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
No, it's a metronome. That's what they do.
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Use the buttons to rotate all 4 metronome dials up to the hoop at the top. Okay, so it's saying which ones they move. Okay, reset.
Reset the puzzle?
Reset.
Reset the puzzle?
Oh, this is what it was when it was reset? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so this will move this piece and that piece. This will move these 2 pieces. This will move this piece and this piece. This piece will move these 2. Okay. So if I move these, now all of those are lined up. Now I'll move these. And then I can move... There we go. They're all at the top.
That's done it.
Neat. What happened?
A little hatch unlocked in the back.
That one was an easy one.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
Is it the other half? It is! The ripped photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. The rest of the photo shows Fifi and Freya. It was hidden in Freya. Yeah, okay. That kind of looks like Poppy. Maybe that's Poppy before she went through her goth phase. I think that's Poppy before she went through her goth phase. Which means that pink cassette is hers. Or at least it was hers and she gave it to Freya, most likely.
There's something about that pink something suspicious.
Let's
Okay.
ask Poppy about it.
I will ask Poppy about it in a second. I do get what they're getting at, but I want to keep looking around before we continue.
Various handmade posters.
Oh, handmade. Nice.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
I'll be completely honest, they're probably just her being a goth kid.
That is the bed of a vampire.
It's cool!
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Thank you, Grimoire. I do like the big, I love the big treble clef on the backboard here. That's really pretty.
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there were so many shades of black.
Goth kids be like, pre-goth Poppy, yes! I like the squid. It is really cool. I'll click on that one next.
It's an octopus.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Ay, 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 Sally. You know, squids also have 6 legs. I do love Sally, though. That's great.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Fair enough.
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright. Sheet music, presumably for piano.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Is this gonna be one of those things where later on I'm gonna come across a piano and then I'm gonna have to play this tune? And then the fact that I could read sheet music will come in handy? Yes. Sheet music has been framed and is decorated with delicate old-fashioned illustrations. Those are some really nice pictures of roses. Piano keys on the harp? There's a number called sextillion. Nice. This seems... The symbols? What about the symbols? Yeah, there was a piano picture on the harp. I don't... Are these the same as... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, that's not what I meant to do. Click the wrong one. Like this. Verb, piano, mouth, bell. I don't see those symbols anywhere.
More handwritten sheet music.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Is this how we get out? Okay. Oh wait. Okay, we're going to have to put the tiles the way they were. Okay, so these I see what we I'm at least I think I know what we have to do here. So, cuz there was a similar mechanism in Fitz's room. And I'm betting if we follow the pattern, so it's a 4x4. So do a 4x4. I'm gonna draw this out real fast for myself. Okay, so I'm writing down. I made a little chart for myself so I know where to put these things. And then we're gonna head over to Fitz's room. After we finish exploring this room, we're gonna put the tiles there in the order that these ones say, and then we're gonna do the vice versa, come back to this room. Okay.
I guess we'll come back later.
Yes, we will. Okay, let's go to Fitz's room. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo. And let's look at the mechanism again.
It's locked. We
thought-
are.
What's that thing by the...
Okay, so what's Fitz's thing saying? Fitz's thing is saying, okay, I'm going to mark those down. And then I'm going to put these the way that they were in Poppy's room. Okay. There we go.
Let's come back once we know what
Oh,
to
wait,
do.
wait. Maybe I was
It's
supposed to
locked.
click.
I thought,
We
what's
are.
that thing by the handle?
Okay. Wait, I just realized I probably need to click that button. So this.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right.
Okay.
And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
We did. Because now we need to go back to Poppy's room.
A big glass leads out into
There's
a
a little mechanism.
And then we need to do the this.
Something happened.
That must be it. Finally, it's open.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Yes, let's go. Rooftop garden. Oh,
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue, and they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
a slightly weathered statue of a strange creature holding a lute. A pair of earmuffs has been placed on the head of the statue. Oh no, they're not the same headphones that she's using in that photo. There's more eggs!
More egg statues.
Yeah!
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Oh wait! Do you mean... Okay, wait. So, the harp... The harp statue is a sea monster. Okay. So there was one in the music room which has a piano in it. There's one here outside in the rooftop garden where there's many, many birds. So we need to find all of the statues. Okay.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Aww.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Okay.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh, yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Interesting. Oh, didn't Freya's thing said something about letting something out?
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
Which is weird, because here all the plants grow weirdly. Oh.
That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon.
Dragonflies are cool. Dragonflies are cool. And I'm not just saying that because they have the word dragon in their name. Dragonflies are actually sincerely really cool. I think they're really cool. They fly really fast, and I'm happy to share the namesake of my species with such a cool bug.
Trees. On a roof.
In a garden.
In a garden. On a roof.
That's what a rooftop garden is, Grimoire. Okay. Oh, let's go back.
The door into Poppy's.
So,
I guess so. It's the door.
one of only two ways to get
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go talk to Poppy about the cassette tape now. Okay,
I
suspicion.
need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea.
Oh,
Acid
sure you
jazz?
don't.
It's piano music.
Acid jazz.
Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It is interesting that the
It's not
gramophone is
mine.
cracked.
I'd never own anything like that.
Oh yeah,
Why not?
sure you would.
Not my color.
Uh-huh, sure. Da-da-da-da. You used to like these colors.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape.
We've already got it. Don't worry, I know. This is it.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Okay. The pink cassette tape. Found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player that was found. No, that used by Poppy in this old photo. Yes, that's got to be it.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
Oh. Is it this?
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore. Because I don't think these two would be a reason to rip it up like that. It would be that Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore. This music. Yes! This game. The art style, the music, the story, the character design. I am loving this game so much. I am so happy that I saw it in the Steam sale. I am so happy. This is such a good game. Like, oh my gosh. I love this art style so much.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that paint cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
Okay. Oh my gosh, the guitar! Oh, this music! You are right, this music in the background right now is so good. I'm loving this. Oh my gosh, the music is so amazing. My model looks very sad, but that's because I'm like kind of scrunched up just listening to the music in happiness. I love this. This is so good. Oh, slurp, slurp, yum, yum. Thank you. I could do a slurp, slurp, yum. Staying hydrated with my good old liquid nitrogen that I can drink because I'm a dragon, but you guys shouldn't. Yes, slurp, slurp, yum. Poppy might still be the murderer. Okay, this might now be my personal bias coming through, but I don't think she's the murderer anymore. And I can straight up admit that might be personal bias coming through because she is now my favorite character out of all of the people we have met. Actually, no, she's tied with Sally. She's tied with Sally for my favorite character. Okay. Gotta love the liquid nitrogen. Ay, ay, ay. No one's stopping me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I tried my best. Okay. We've got that. Let's go ahead and see what this room is. The aviary.
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
Man, just straight up. Okay. I love butterflies so much. Okay. So, I drink molten metals. Oh, yeah, I mean, you're a spear. So I guess it's, you're a spear. I don't know how liquid nitrogen would react with a spear. I've never seen that happen. But I guess those are two different temperature extremes. Liquid nitrogen is freezing, far below freezing point. Molten metal is like extreme heat. Those are two opposite ends of the spectrum. Burb looks so cute. The burbs do look so cute. Okay. So I love birds and I love butterflies. There's a very specific reason tied to that. So just a fun little anecdote. Just a fun little anecdote. So for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure this is part of Filipino folklore, but this is something that my mom would always tell me when I was a kid. and it comes from like Filipino folklore. But there's a folklore that says that when people in your family die, when anyone dies, in the afterlife, if they ever want to come back and like visit Earth to watch over their still living relatives, they can do so by coming back as either a bird or a butterfly, or just really mainly any winged creature, but usually butterflies and birds are the ones associated with it. And it's usually a bird, breed of bird or butterfly that meant a lot to them, whether that just simply be that it was like a butterfly that's their favorite color, or like a bird that is like has a lot of meaning to them. So like, for example, both of my grandmothers, my mom always points out whenever we see any cardinals outside anywhere we go, my mom always points out, she goes, "That's your grandma, she's watching over us." Or I forget the type of butterfly it is, but it's a bright blue butterfly, is my other grandmother. And my mom and dad will point those out as well and be like, "Oh, look, grandma's coming to visit us, she's watching over you." And for that reason, I love birds and butterflies, because every single time I see, there are very specific breeds, like monarchs are my great-grandfather. And anytime I see very specific ones, it just means a lot to me, because it's kind of like this idea of like, maybe my ancestors are watching over me and coming back to make sure that I am trying to live to my fullest, and that to not give up on my dreams. So for that reason, I really like birds and butterflies, and especially butterflies, because I was very close to my grandmother, who I associate with butterflies. So I have a very strong love for butterflies for that reason. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. That got kind of sappy and sentimental. I don't know. I saw the butterfly and all the birds here, and it just made me think of that, because that is something that is very close to my heart. It's something that I always think of, and yeah, it just makes me happy. Anyway, sorry. Well, usually it would make regular metals pretty brittle, but because of magic reasons and me being made of so highly dense metals and material, it doesn't. Oh, you know what? That's fair enough. Makes sense. And butterflies are very nice. They are. I love them. I love butterflies. They're really cool. Okay. Let's do some more exploring of the room. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my little tangent. It's a nice little piece of folklore. It's a nice little story that honestly gives me a lot of joy.
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What's those little windows down there?
I think they're there for draining rainwater.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
Okay, Sally.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
Grimoire's just out here like, you gotta use a mirror, right?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Oh, wow. That's actually really impressive, Sally.
Bird diagrams. Hand-painted.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff. They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Oh.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
So I was like, there's totally meaning behind this.
Does this count as being outdoors?
It's kind of like a little greenhouse in a way. Or I guess it's closer to like a botanical garden or an animal sanctuary.
Yeah. No. Doesn't matter.
Like both at the same time.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Ah. Oh, the rest of the birds come and go as they please, but these 3 birds are stuck. Huh, interesting. Fun fact, in ancient Greek mythology, butterflies are the symbol of Thanatos, the personification of death, specifically peaceful, non-violent deaths. Oh, that makes sense, because when in Hades, whenever we see Thanatos, he's accompanied by butterflies. Nice. Fun fact, in ancient Aztec mythology, it was believed that if a warrior died honorably in battle, they would be reincarnated as a hummingbird. So anytime you see a hummingbird, just picture it as having a soul of an angry, violent, bloodthirsty soldier. Aw, that's awesome. I love that. That is I love that. That's cool. In other words, yesn't? What? What's the yesn't? I don't know what the yesn't is towards. Another metaphor, how nice. Accompanied. Okay. Is there anything else here? Oh, we haven't.
Does this count as?
Oh no,
being-
okay.
Yeah,
He's
no,
just
doesn't matter.
repeating the outdoors thing. Oh, the
A rather
pointer
magnificent bush, somewhat cruelly confined to a stone pot.
has the pointer insignia on it.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Okay, I think that seems to be about it in the room. So let's talk to. I think this is. I'm guessing this is Penelope. I think that's what they said her name was.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Oh, is she talking about the
Sorry?
hair?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely!
Oh,
And that shape.
wait,
You're
she
really
has
pushing
wings
me
for
on that.
hands.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored.
But you have
We
red
prefer to
hair.
blend into the background.
You have red hair.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer. Pleasure.
Oh, Penny. Okay.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope
Penny
sounds
is
a little
awesome. She's fabulous.
ostentatious
I love
coming out
her.
the mouth, don't you think?
I might have a slight girl
Sure.
crush. Why do I keep doing this? Again, this is why I can't be a proper detective. I just keep flirting with all the cute girls I meet. Those 3 birds remind me of some people. Okay, interesting. Like IRL or people in game? I like the word yesn't. Yesn't is a good word. Petition to replace the word no with yesn't. Well, I don't think yesn't necessarily means no. I think yesn't means yesn't. In game? Oh. Okay. In game.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Thank you. That totally helped. Okay, wait. These 3 remind you of people? Huh. I don't know which which characters you're talking about. I will be completely honest. Maybe I'm just really dumb. I do not know. I do not know. I'm so sorry. I am not smart enough to make the connection. Too gay for detective work. If that isn't a mood, I don't know what is. True. Also, don't worry, the Automod, I don't, though personally I don't really curse all that much, I don't mind people cursing in my chat. It's completely fine. Automod just likes to automod. You're all good, though. But yes, I don't think I could actually be a proper detective because I just start flirting with every single cute girl I came across. I'm just like I said with Poppy, where I was saying I was admitting I think my bias of the fact that I think Poppy is really cool and I really like her is coming through with the fact that I no longer suspect her as the murderer. I don't blame Grimoire. Those names are hard and awfully similar. Yeah, they're all T names. Tatiana, Tabitha, and Tamara. They're pretty names. All three of them are very pretty names. I will say that. They are all very nice names. Would you like me to tell you? Let's... I might ask later, but right now I want to continue I'm going to continue talking with Penny and see if maybe it comes up in the conversation. And then if it doesn't, I'm probably gonna ask and be like, okay, so who are the birds? I mean, I get it. Automod once banned the word Charles from my chat. Automod be silly sometimes. Yeah, Automod, honestly, sometimes it bans words and I'm like, why did you ban that one? That one's fine. All right. Oh, ads. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Was I talking through ads? I am so sorry. Oh man, I wasn't paying attention to the timer. I am so sorry. Oh, it says ads are still in progress. Okay. I am so sorry. I am talking and ads are going on, which means that half the chat is not hearing what I'm saying. Oh gosh, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna take this time to stretch while waiting for ads to finish. I forget the names the second I stop reading it. That's fair. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I have a decent memory, but like it really depends on what it is. Like I have a good memory if it's something that I'm really anxious about, or if it's something that I'm really passionate about. So like I'm really passionate about mystery games, so I will remember stuff that happens in them. But then like IRL, I will literally put down my keys and then 2 seconds later will completely forget where I just put them down. And I will be like, I literally just got back home. I put my keys down somewhere. Where are they? They really add to the experience. No, Thank you, Autumn, for that. Okay, the ads should be ending soon. The ads should be ending. People with ads should be coming back around right now, according to it. I'm gonna finish off my stretches. So relatable. The key thing, the losing the keys things. I'm back. Oh, Fred's back. Hello. Welcome back from ads. I don't know if the main reason why I'm not continuing, I'm waiting till my timer says the ads are completely done because I know there are lurkers who might have ads. So, but yeah. Okay. But yes. What I was saying about the figuring out who the birds are related to. They survived the adpocalypse. Yes, they did. Ads should not happen for a while, hopefully. After that. I always forget that, like, I need to keep an eye on the timer for when ads happen. But, Well, I was saying about the birds name, the birds, who they're associated with. I'm gonna continue my interrogation of Penny, and if I'm not able to figure out by the end of my interrogation, by the end of interrogating Penny, I'm probably gonna ask. But for right now, I'm going to try and figure out as I'm talking with Penny. There were so many. I am so sorry. I'm sorry about that. Okay.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat.
Oh.
He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
I've named weirder things. No, I'd actually, nah. I say that, but I guess it's not that weird. Like, I named my guitar. It's fine. Yeah, I still feel bad. Cause I know, like, I know ads can be annoying. I feel bad. I wish, like, I wish Twitch did have, like, the option on YouTube where, like, some ads are skippable. That would be really nice. Speaking of names, I need a name for my sleeping stick. Sleeping stick? Interesting. Sleeping stick. Well, if it's a sleeping stick, how about Hypnos? Hypnos is a cool name, tied with the idea of sleep. It's the god of sleep. Speaking of ads, how much do you earn from ads? It's not a crazy amount. It's essentially just in the cents. If even that. But you know what? That's not what matters. It's not a rude question because I do understand like the curiosity and where it comes from. Honestly, you're not going to be making a lot of money in AdSense unless you have like a crazy amount of viewers. But you know what? That's not what this is about. Or at least for me, that's not what it's about. For me, I just like to stream and I like to have fun. And like the ads are really nice to like, so that I can keep doing this and at least have some small form of income. Even like, cause I'm a broke college student. But it's not as important. Like I do feel bad, but this about like especially when there's a lot of ads, I do feel bad about that. But I also it's not like the most important thing. Like the AdSense is not the most important thing. I named a sandwich before eating it once, and now I feel bad for it. Yeah, don't eat. Don't eat. Don't name something if you're going to eat it. That is a terrible idea. That's actually pretty good. Thanks. Oh, I'm happy I could help. Don't name things you're going to eat. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. That would just make you sad when you eat it. You're just not going to want to eat it. It's like that episode, like, I think there's, like, a Simpsons episode where, like, Homer gets a lobster, and then he names it, and then he got the lobster originally to cook it, but then he couldn't bring himself to cook the lobster, and then it became his pet. Okay. Anyway, let's ask Penny about herself.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel.
That last
Me
bit!
too.
Anywhere
Your
at all,
face.
as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
I love her
Because of the
feather
birds.
hands.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
The professor?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz.
Oh, what?
He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our two families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Wait! I thought it was Poppy!
Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
I thought the FF and PP on the ornate trowel were for Fitzfellow and Poppy Pointer. But it's Penny Pointer! Ah! I'm an idiot! But, like, at the same time, there's clearly something going on between Poppy and Fitz. Drama? R.I.P. Samantha the Sandwich. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. Do not name things you're going to eat. Never a good idea. Okay.
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't.
Oh, he
Probably
was
just
going
a
to the
touch of
garden
heat
to
stroke,
meet
the
up
poor
with
dear.
Poppy.
He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company.
I think you like the company,
do
Penny. Aw, that was okay. That was actually kind of sweet. As do I. Aw, I do like her little bird hat. I really love her wing hands, her wing sleeves. They're so cool. Oh my gosh, I want those. I want those sleeves. I love them. Also, she's really cute. Ow! Okay. I do want to ask her about these feathers.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Okay. I think those are all the things that... Oh, the bird book.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
Oh.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay, let's get her statement for what happened on the day of the murder.
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something.
Okay, so she's
Seemed a
the
bit upset,
niece
the
to
poor
the
dear.
professor.
I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
That does match
Ran
with
up
what
the stairs,
Hawkshaw
hoping
said.
to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
That match. So her
Uncle
story
Pointer
does
was
match
there.
up with the stuff that we
Fitz,
know.
too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Okay. Her story matches up with everything else, so nothing suspicious there. Let's see. Did she have a relationship with Freya at all?
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
Aww.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Aww.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
It does seem like everyone here admired Freya. Everyone really liked her. I don't think we've met a single person who has stated that they disliked Freya. I mean, Flora just doesn't talk to us, but like that doesn't necessarily mean she hates Freya. Let's ask about her fiance.
Isn't he strapping?
He is vague.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
Don't remember asking for your input.
Oh my gosh, Grimoire! I mean, granted, he was saying what we were all thinking, but my gosh! You didn't have to do her like that! Man! Man, Grimoire, you really didn't have to do her like that. Oh, that's funny. It just seems like you didn't know him that well. Grimoire is great. Grimoire is a great main character. Let's ask about her cousin.
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll
What?
all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Oh, what does that mean? There's some drama there.
Oh, she's beautiful.
As you.
Who is she? Wait, is that me?
Okay, now I understand why there's a mirror in here. I can't tell if she's being egotistical or if she's just that dumb. Slurp, slurp, yum, yum. Okay, gonna do my slurp, slurp, yum, yum. Or slurp, slurp, yum. Slurp, slurp, yum. Got my delicious liquid nitrogen. I can't tell if she's just not all that bright or if she's just being egotistical. I sincerely can't tell. Okay. I don't think I have any reason to ask her about anyone else here. Is there anything else I'd want to ask her about item-wise? No, I think we're good.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
We'll go in a second. Are the birds supposed to be Freya, Poppy, and Fifi? that who the birds are supposed to be? Yeah? Yeah, okay, okay. Interesting. Okay, let's go to... Actually, I want to ask Fitz about his fiancée and get his opinion.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Interesting.
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very
Man,
kind,
Grimoire.
and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
It is very interesting. Okay. Let's check out Penny's room. Penny's room. It's pretty. Oh my gosh. Her room is so pretty. Oh, I love her room. It's so beautiful.
That bed. It's like something from a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Does it feel warm over here, or is it just me?
No, you're right. Maybe the bed has some kind of heater.
It's not
Interesting.
coming from the bed. It's coming from the wall.
What?
That bed.
Okay, no.
Does it
No.
feel it's not
Okay.
coming from
A little tea set. Looks recently used.
Oh, tea! I love tea. Tea
the...
is
One
delicious.
of the cups has tea in it.
I love loose leaf tea especially, and boba tea. Both are really good. I like tea in all forms. Tea is just great. Though I do like doing my own loose leaf tea.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed.
Okay. I love boba. Boba is delicious. I love boba so much. I will be honest. I didn't realize that, like, okay, so I grew up having tapioca smoothies. So, oh, how cute. She was having tea and seeds with her, yeah, it's so cute. She was having a little tea party with her birds. It's, honestly, like, I don't hate Penny. Like, she does kind of seem like she might be a little bit, like, she has a little bit of an attitude, but honestly, I like it. She's sassy, and she's confident in herself, and you know what? That's good for her. I like her. I like her character. Plus, she's really cute. And that adds to it, obviously. I'm sorry. I need to shut my games up. Okay. But I love boba, but I grew up with tapioca smoothies. So essentially what it is it was always just a fruit smoothie. I usually would always get mango flavor because that was my favorite, and it would always have boba in it. And like that's what I grew up with. Like I've had those since I can remember. Like my family, we'd go to the Asian market and we'd have that. Whenever we were like going shopping just for groceries. And I remember when like I went to my first like actual like boba tea like cafe, and I was like, wait, like and they're like, yeah, it's this new trend, and I'm like, I've had these since I was like a child. What? She's an interesting character. Yes, she is. I like her. It's a very interesting thing to think about. I mean, granted, what I had was more of a smoothie and not a tea, but it was just one of those things where it was very interesting to see. It's not, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because like honestly, I'm very happy that a lot of people like it now, because it was always hard for me to explain it to people when I tried to explain to them what it was, and they'd be like, "What? Like, what do you mean?" But yes, I love boba. I also love, what's it called? There's a Filipino dish that it uses tofu, tapioca pearls, and, it's like a brown sugary caramely syrup that is delicious. And it's served hot. And it's like a sweet soup, like a sweet stew with tofu and boba. And it's delicious. I am blanking on what it is called. For the life of me, I cannot remember. But it is delicious. I'm sure it probably exists in other places in Asia as well. But like, I know it from the Filipino form that my family would have. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. Oh my gosh. It's like one of my mom's favorite desserts. Or / snacks. I can't remember. Cannot remember what it's called. I feel so bad. No, it's not pudding. It's not pudding. It's not pudding. It's like it's like a sweet stew, I guess is the best way to explain it. So essentially what it is that it's tofu, like cut up pieces of tofu, or well, not really cut up. It's like really soft, kind of almost mushy tofu that's like scooped and put in like a bowl in like pieces. And then there's boba, and then they put like syrup on top of it. It's like a really soupy syrup. And then you eat it with a spoon, and it is delicious. It is delicious. I mean, it's literally just sweets. It's served hot. It's literally just essentially sweet soup with tofu and boba, but it's delicious. It essentially just tastes very caramely and sugary and delicious and syrupy. But it's good. But yeah, no, it's not, I know you said pudding. I think you might be thinking of leche flan, which is, that's like a Filipino pudding type dish, which is really delicious. Leche flan is really good. Wait, I need to search this up. I'm gonna search Filipino dish with tofu, boba, and syrup. I honestly can't remember what. Taho! That's what it's called. Could it? I go back. I have my Twitch chat open on my Google Chrome, and I had opened up a new tab to search what it was, and now I go back to Twitch to see the comment could have been called Taho. Yes, that is what it is. Yes, Taho. Taho is delicious. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Taho. It's one of my mom's favorites. I do remember, like, as a kid, I used to always, at least in the Taho, I'd leave the boba for my mom, and I would just get the tofu and the syrup. Because I didn't like the texture of the boba for some reason. I was like, it's too chewy when I was, like, really, really little. But now I really like it. It looks really good. It is so good. Oh my gosh. It is delicious. It is delicious. If you guys ever have a chance to try Taho, do it. Take that chance. It is delicious. I 1,000% recommend it. 1,000% recommend. I mean, I feel like I'd recommend just about any Filipino cuisine. There's only one Filipino, it's not, I don't want to say dish, because it's more like a street food. There's only one Filipino food that I feel like I would not recommend to people. And it's because I personally have never tasted it myself, because I have a policy where I'm like, I will try anything once. This is the one thing that breaks that policy of mine. And it's called balut. And essentially what it is, I believe it's usually duck egg. Or it's usually duck or chicken egg. But it's just a chick. It's a fertilized egg. So it's not like, it doesn't have a yolk. It has like the actual chick. And they break it open before it hatches, and they boil it first. And then you open it, and there's like soup inside. I've tried the soup. Soup tastes fine. It just tastes like chicken. But my dad just eats like the chick whole, and I hear the crunch, and I'm like, no, I don't like that. I don't like the crunch that makes. And my dad's like, it just tastes like chicken. And I'm like, no, No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I'll drink the soup from the egg, but I'm good on trying the chick. I'm good. That is the one thing that I refuse to try in the entire world. Like, I have tried durian. I actually really like durian. I have tried durian. I have tried so many other things. But one thing I will refuse to try is the chick part of the bullet. But yes, sorry, I've gotten completely off topic. We went from talking about boba to talking about taho to talking about other Filipino dishes. I'm so sorry. My brain just... If you get me talking about Filipino food, I will talk for hours. It is my favorite thing in the entire world because I have so much nostalgia for it. And I also just... It's delicious. Sorry. We'll get back to the game. Okay, let's check out these suitcases.
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
Oh. Interesting.
That's some flower.
There's something weird about it.
I mean, there's something weird about all the flowers in this this island. Like, they've already made that clear.
It just feels out of place.
A brightly colored flower with an unusual shape. It has a very healthy and it looks very healthy and well looked after. The soil in the pot looks fresh and moist. It's also an unusual blue color, which is how all the soil on this island looks, as we know, because the water does something weird. Interesting. It is a cool looking flower.
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
Ooh, we can take a closer look. Oh!
Nope. They're wooden.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Aw. Swap the positions of the 7 birds. Is there anything telling me where they should go? Oh, wait. Wait. Look to the left. To the right. This one's looking straight ahead. I have a feeling it has something to do with the eyes. Maybe? Because the eyes and the mouths are the only differences I see. So these two match. These two match. These 3 are different from all the rest. Because this one, so these 2 are closed. These 2 are completely open. This one's slightly more open. This one's midway open. And this one is just nearly closed. So it's either the eyes or the mouths. Try this?
Nope.
There must be some logic to how the birds are arranged.
Yeah, there's gotta be.
Something to do with those white lines.
Something to do with the white lines? The lines look like a family tree. What could it be? Maybe the colors? I don't know. The lines look like they could be a family tree type thing. Maybe green plus white equals light green? Something like that? Or like... Is it this?
I got it.
Yeah, it's color theory! So yellow plus blue equals green, green plus white equals light green, red plus green, because they're complementary colors, are going to create a brown or a gray. Usually more so gray over brown, but yes.
I'm impressed.
I am proud of myself! Color theory! Being forced to learn color theory at the beginning of every single art class I've ever had to take in all of my years of learning film, digital art, and animation has paid off! This is the only reason I took it off. This is what all of that amounted to. Totally has nothing to do with the, actually, making a short film or anything like that. Nah. It was all for this.
Did the door open? What's in there?
Now I'll get her. What? A ripped piece of paper crumpled into a ball. Red flower petals were found inside. The message is angrily scrawled onto the paper. Now I'll get her. Those red flower petals are like the roses we found out in the garden. In the rooftop garden, specifically. Okay, let's ask Penny about that.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's
This
the
singular
her in the
moment,
message?
yes.
And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
Kind of is, seeing as a murder happened and we need all the details about anything going on. Yes, this singular moment. Who cares about actually trying to make a fully animated series? Nah. Who cares about becoming a producer and making my own animated series? Nah. All of that was for this game. That one moment. Okay. I wonder if Fitz might know anything about the letter.
Those petals,
What?
they're red.
Yes. And they seem to come from the rose bush that you have in your rooftop garden. Also, these feathers were from that rooftop garden.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
And then this
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
other than the fact that your fiance lives there? Maybe? Okay, I guess not. Gotta head out, I'm afraid. Take care and have a great rest of your stream. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by, Autumn. Bye. Okay. I'm gonna ask Poppy about the letter as well, because the rooftop garden's also connected to her room.
Those petals.
What about them?
It's nothing.
Okay, so
They're
Poppy,
just unusual.
Poppy and Fitz reacted the exact same way to that letter, which is very interesting. Also, about the plant, maybe Penny will tell us. I didn't actually think to ask her about that.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors, the shape of it. Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Interesting. I mean,
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
oh, what?
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
We were literally just talking to Fitz. Okay, I mean, I guess we'll do that because the game is highly suggesting I should. Hello, Fitz. We're back. Oh, the what is the what towards the vulgarness of the plot? I mean, like, it's like those paintings. Oh, who's that? Who's the painter where she paints mainly flowers, and everyone thinks they look like female body parts.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower, holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And
Well,
I
we
don't
know now that the
sneak.
knife was
it Fifi
actually
who
the
told you this?
trowel.
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But
We now
yeah,
know that the
she
knife was actually a
mistaken.
trowel.
Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else because we
Fifi
know
did see Fitz.
it was the
but he was
trowel
holding
because she thinks the
something
trowel
else.
looks like a knife
So,
when we showed it to her.
if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
It was the trowel.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Okay. Huh. Okay, so the trowel has definitely got to be one of these. Room in the garden and the greenhouse. It can't be was used to bury because none of the stuff here was buried. Is used by Fitz to look after. I think it might be an ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted plant in Penny's room. That's really the only one I can think of that makes sense.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
Oh, sure, you
We
haven't.
need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Okay. How do we prove the connection between this flower and Fitz? Those are definitely the rose petals from the rooftop garden. I don't think it's from that plant. Is it that the pots are similar? I think it's that these pots are similar.
Let's take a closer look at these.
The pot in soil. Yeah. pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in the garden.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in the garden. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Was this not found in the garden? Oh, it was found in Fitz's greenhouse.
The pot and soil
That was what it
in
was.
Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
Oh!
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Interesting. It was also interesting. I didn't notice that the flower actually kind of looks like Penny. I didn't actually realize that. I wonder if Penny realizes that. Okay, well, this is the only last place we haven't been in the house. At least from what we can see. I'm guessing the final character we haven't met is in here. Yep, there he is. Okay, let's take a look around before we talk to him. Took me a bit to realize that myself. Yeah, it's definitely... I can see it once it was pointed out, but it's very subtle.
What is it?
It's clearly some kind of large device.
Grimoire, you truly are one of the world's detectives.
You're not wrong. You know, I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
Let's take a closer look.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle, sun on the outside.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
How old is this thing?
Rotate the 5 planets, the sun, and rotate the 5 planets, the sun, and the moon around the middle. Okay. Oh, am I trying to get the shadows? Okay, wait. I need to get the shadows to match up. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think I need to get the shadows to match up here. Can't move the earth though. So maybe I need to figure out the earth's shadows first. And that will set in place where the sun and moon are. And then from there I can figure out the other planets. Okay, wait. I think this is gonna go right there. That is gonna go there. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go there! Oh, look at that! Oh, I am very proud of that. I'm very proud of how quickly I figured that one out. Look at it. What else would you do with it? Very true. Very true. I mean, I guess some solar system things can be used for helping, like, chart. Like, if it's in real time, it can be used to help, like, chart the location of the planet. So if you, like, do stargazing, it can help tell you, like, oh, when is Venus going to be, like, in view? So when you go out stargazing, you can see it. Or, like, when Mars is going to be in view and such.
No, that was it.
Nice work.
I'm very proud with how quickly I got that puzzle. Oh my gosh.
Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
There's a little hatch underneath? What's in there?
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
The golden beetle! That's what Felix said Hawkshaw is searching for. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's a literal beetle. It's not a treasure. It is a literal beetle. Huh. Okay.
It's tidier than my desk. The notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
That is very true.
A Spyglass to the Stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition.
So that they're not read. Either that or he just takes a lot of care of his books. Which, you know what, fair enough. I can respect that.
A picture frame.
With no picture.
Oh. Interesting.
It's tidier than my desk.
yeah,
but
so-
Even the
I'll
most
record
well-used
that.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally?
Grimoire! I like how Sally just didn't respond. Grimoire!
Pretty.
Okay.
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
Okay, I think that's everything that we can really look at here. Let's talk to the professor himself. So it's a legit golden beetle. That's what it seems like according to those notes. Love Grimoire. Grimoire is awesome.
Let's at least introduce ourselves before touching his telescope.
Always a good roll.
Fair enough.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering.
His hair looks like a
So
book.
quiet, and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Okay.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Yes, we
well
knew this.
observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens.
We've known
Meaningless
this.
boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
You know, I like the professor so far. He's got character. I like that. Was that supposed to be what? What's supposed to be? I don't know what that was referencing. Why is his hair shaped like a book though? I guess because he's a professor. That's the. I mean, maybe we'll find out. But my guess. I mean, like, we have Penny who has who has her bird hat, but she also has the wing sleeves, and she's meant to be all like she loves birds. So perhaps Professor Pointer here with the character design, it's meant to be because he's a professor. His hair is a book. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I won't.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
Okay, so he's Poppy's
And?
father.
A professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return, nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the Cosmos I say hi.
That's starting to sound less like astronomy and more like astrology. I like the professor. He looks like he loves his job and is so happy. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. That is true. He just really loves. He really loves the cosmos. He really likes space. You know what? Fair enough. Okay, let's ask him about his daughter.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh, no. I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
I mean, you're also her father,
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Oh.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
Oh. Interesting. So Flora's sister is Poppy's mother. Interesting. This is the type of professor that I feel would be a great person to learn stuff from. You know what? He's got character. I like him. Okay. Let's ask him about himself.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm
Okay,
not
dude.
sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Grimar, we don't have time for this, dude. We are literally trying to solve a murder case. Okay, let's ask about Penny.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be
does
your
he mean
niece.
about that?
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows.
So he doesn't like the
rats
fellows.
deserting a sinking ship.
He doesn't like the fellows. You want to hear about Jupiter's moons? That's not what this game's about, unfortunately. Okay.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Interesting. So he has sort of an elitism, between the Pointers and the fellows.
Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower
Restless
as long as she
Spirit
did.
was bolded. Restless Spirit was bolded. That's very interesting. So this is the second time we've heard Freya referred to as a spirit. Because Poppy also talked about her in the terms of a free spirit.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally.
He doesn't like Fifi. Okay. Okay, let's get his take on what happened on the day of the murder.
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
Okay, let's get the statement to figure out what exactly is the timeline he's saying.
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
Okay, that's interesting. Everything in his story lines up except for the fact that he said Poppy and Fifi left before him and Penny left. And Penny said that they left before anyone else left. But that could just be perhaps Penny misremembering things. This is very interesting. Okay. Oh, let's ask him about the golden beetle.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
Interesting. Oh, let's ask him about Hawkshaw, because it seems that he might have been the person who hired Hawkshaw.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Pointer! How dare you, Percival! It's okay, Grimoire. I think you're a great detective. You may not be the brightest or the sharpest tool in the shed, but you know what? That doesn't make you any less of a good detective. You got heart, you got passion. I like Grimoire, okay? I like him. I think Grimoire's great. Huh?
That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Oh, yeah. Suspect
That's
statements.
all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz
Okay.
and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the
Okay,
door.
so we're putting together
Poppy
the
and I went in.
timeline.
Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized
I forgot about
as well
that.
as the voice of my own daughter.
I
We left
forgot
the room,
about that
and Poppy's
detail.
father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer. So I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
Yeah.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Yeah. Meaning that no one is lying. Well, either no one is lying or people are working together. What are these little notes on the side? So we have a connection between Grimoire and Sally, which I guess makes sense because they're partners. Just a circle around Freya, who is the murder victim. Question mark with Poppy pointing to Fitz, which I think is hinting at the fact that they may have some sort of relation. An arrow pointing to Penny, which actually may be going from Fitz to Penny. Just an exclamation point over Fifi. A question mark with the professor. An arrow pointing to Hawkshaw. I think it's meant to be pointing from the professor to Hawkshaw, saying that perhaps he hired her. Something from Flora to... I'm guessing this is supposed to be the killer, because we don't know who it is, so they just did a silhouette. And then Felix. I don't know what this thing is supposed to be pointing at. Interesting.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater?
The birds seem to...
They're even...
Please don't do that.
Okay. We should... I forgot that that's a hint button. I wanted to click it because I was like, oh, what's this? I thought it was a new thing. That's a hint button. So it's telling us that we should search Freya's room. I actually, before I did that, I wanted to take another look at the harp. Before I listened to that.
I'm still not sure about
Should
this.
we take another look?
Okay, what are the symbols we see here? So there's a bird, piano, mouse, bell, and then there are also these interesting symbols. Wait.
Let's
Okay,
come
blah
back.
blah. Let's take a look. Hello, you. Do you have anything interesting on you? No. Okay. So the bird and the piano are probably tied. Wrong. The bird is probably tied to the bird sanctuary, and the piano is probably tied to the music room. Not seeing any symbol here, though, that matches with those.
Oh,
Well,
what's
it is
with all the broken glass?
That is interesting, the broken glass, which we haven't figured out anything about. Okay. Are there any symbols in the bird sanctuary? No. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. Huh. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's search Freya's room like it's suggesting. It's suggesting I missed something here.
Just little trinkets.
Let's leave them alone.
Drawings taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden.
Oh, I missed this.
One of them's holding a red rose.
Oh. A drawing of Poppy and Fitz standing in the garden. Fitz is holding a red rose. A drawing of Fifi. A drawing of Detective Hawkshaw. Oh.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
Okay. We're figuring it out. We're now starting to tie stuff together.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from Red Roses. From the
They're
rooftop
from
garden.
red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And
Yep,
who they
yep.
belong to.
We got this. Yep. This.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Oh, she could have had her birds go collect the flowers. Okay, so one of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them.
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides,
Oh, really?
Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds.
No, the
Something to
feathers!
prove
The
one of them has
feathers!
been in the rooftop garden.
The feathers!
Let's take a closer look at these.
Okay, this yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
Feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
Boom!
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little...
That's why she dislikes
I
Poppy.
apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Okay, so that explains why she's so distrustful of Poppy. She was telling us not to trust anything Poppy says, and that she's lying, but it was simply out of jealousy. Interesting. Okay, also, I want to ask Hawkshaw about the golden beetle, because we were told that that might be what she's searching for.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it?
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Oh, no, really? Okay, well then I'll keep the evidence. Okay, and then the one who told us about the golden beetle was Felix, so I also want to see what he has to say.
What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold.
Man, okay. We also didn't explore this room all that much.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Interesting.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
It does look like the hull of a ship.
An old wooden mast.
Probably cursed.
That's a massive conch shell.
It is.
Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
I hope so.
Oh, that would be cute. Maybe Penny is the killer and is blaming Poppy. I don't know. I don't know if Penny is the killer. Because I feel like if she was going to kill anyone, she was going to kill Poppy.
It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure. Puffer fish?
Yes, it's also a lamp, for some reason. Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked?
Ooh.
Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Oh, let's take a closer look.
What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
Okay, so it looks like there's an ocean dragon, and an X marking the spot for the treasure, and a mountain and a tree. Oh, we need to find where this is. Now, don't we? But there's birds above the tree. It's here. We are here. And it's looking out this way. Because that's the dragon, that's the mountain. Those are the birds, and that's the tree. Originally I thought it was this, but the dragon is closer than the mountain, and there are no birds. It's gotta be this one. H6. H6 facing west. H6 facing west. Did I get it right?
That's done it.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm very proud of myself. I've been nailing the puzzles today. I'm very proud of myself.
Neat. What was in the box?
More wooden models.
Hmm.
These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Model resembling a child with green hair. A model resembling a woman with gray hair. Model resembling a red and white bird. Model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models may have been hand-painted. Paint is not skillfully applied. A lot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. Is the paint blood or is it actually paint? That is the question. Also, it looks like Freya, Flora, Felix, and the bird from the book.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Wood carving of a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints are found nearby. But no red, and we just found the red paint.
It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead,
It
maybe?
is delicious.
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Aww.
Oh.
Okay, let's ask Felix about these.
I've been carving for a couple of years.
Oh wait,
now.
the bearded dude
I
is
was
not
hopeless
Felix. I
when
just realized.
Started, but it didn't take me long to
This is Felix.
master it, yes, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself, too?
I do indeed, yes. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine.
Aww.
Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait
Yes.
based on hard fact.
Sure.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my
I don't
weapons
see
are
any of
stored
them.
well away from Tangle Tower.
Okay, sure,
Safety
sure,
first,
Felix.
all that.
Sure, Felix. Don't worry, Felix. Okay, now let's. So that's not Felix. Who's that supposed to be?
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit.
What is this supposed to
It
be?
turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
So her favorite people are Freya, whoever that dude is, and the bird.
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Let's show. Oh my gosh! Wait. Okay. Wait. Let's
There's
show.
something about Felix's painting supplies.
I wanted to show the. I wanted to show the little statues to Flora and see if it finally got her to talk.
Suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
In a second.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting.
Oh my gosh! We have two suspicions at once. What?
Something.
Let's ask her about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You know what? We're here. We'll do Felix's first.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
Fair
We
enough.
never said it was suspicious.
Come on then. Now
His
for
face.
it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot because he took it from Freya. That's why Freya's red paint pot was blood.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Okay, we need something to prove that is Freya's paints.
Let's take a closer look at this.
The bottle! Freya's red paint pot. Was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot. But the lids were swapped to hide it.
Freya's red paint
Yes!
was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped
Because
to
the
hide it.
the
That
pots
red
are
paint is from
different.
Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
But the red paint pot you swapped had blood in it. This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So,
Interesting.
well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
So
And the
he
paint
gave
pot
her
you
an
left
empty
behind
one.
was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday.
Aww.
I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed
Makes
a bit
sense.
insensitive.
Yeah. Giving her a little figurine of the person who just died. Yeah, I can see why he would say that. That is actually really sweet that he was went through all that effort to make her such a sweet present for her birthday. That is it shows how much he really cares about Flora. That is adorable. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. That makes me so happy. Okay. Now, what I will say is that we have reached the 3-hour mark. And though we technically do have Flora to talk to with the suspicions, I think we'll save that for next time. Yeah, I think we will end the game there for today. But I'll go to the menu from here. Yeah. Let's autosave is on, so if I quit to the title screen,